Good morning, everybody. MG here from mgcovers.com, bringing you an NHL betting preview for Tuesday, February the 12th, 2019. Complete statistical breakdown and analysis. We have a full card tonight, so without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, before we start, I want to answer one question. I got an email today, or actually it was a DM on Instagram about how we do our power rankings. Our power rankings are a combination of three things. First, even strength goal differential, power play percentage, and penalty kill percentage. We basically use those three stats to come up with a power ranking. And we only use stats from the last 10 games because that's going to be more predictive in determining how this team's going to play tonight as opposed to stats, the full season. All right, so let's get started. Full slate. Away team, Dallas, minus 105, power ranking of 99. Going up against Florida. Florida with a power ranking of 106. They are the favorite at minus 115. When you look at that, both teams are sort of evenly matched, not a lot of value, so we won't be looking at that game any further. Next, New York Islanders coming in as a favorite, minus 112. Again, playing really good defense. They have a power ranking of 108. Going up against Buffalo, who has a power ranking of 80. 80 is the lowest number we use in our power ranking system, so they're at the bottom of the barrel, but listed at plus 102. So we do have a little bit of advantage there, nice value there, so we'll take a look at that one further. Washington, plus 120. They're at 89 power ranking. Going up against Columbus, minus 140. Their power ranking is 120. And again, you might be saying, well, hey, Columbus is one of the best teams in hockey, even though we have them at 120, which is our highest rating. But again, we use the last 10 stats with an emphasis on power play, penalty kill percentage. That's why their numbers up really high. Again, not a lot of value. The only way we would look at this game if that number would come down a lot, maybe Columbus minus 110, 115, somewhere in there, we might take a look at it. But as it stands, it's going to be a no play for us. Next game, Chicago, big dog here at plus 170. They're at a power ranking of 120. Again, that's the max in our power ranking system. So we have them at a really good team. Boston, again, playing well. They're at home. We only have them at a 102 power ranking, even though they're listed as a huge favorite at minus 200. Again, you can see our power ranking. We have Chicago as the favorite, even though they're the dog. So that's definitely a game we're going to look at further. Next game, Carolina Hurricanes at minus 145. They're the favorite here. They're a power ranking of 109. Going on the road to face Ottawa at plus 125 dog. Ottawa's at 112 power ranking. So, again, same situation. A little bit better. Ottawa's a little bit better than Carolina in our power ranking, so that's definitely a game we'll look at. Next game, this is going to be an awesome game. Calgary at plus 135. Those guys like to play fast, score goals. Their power ranking comes in at 115. Tampa power ranking at 120, one of the best teams we have in our system. They're the favorite at minus 155. Again, this is going to be a shootout, and it's hard to, the only value there would be playing Calgary at plus 135. The reason being 120 power ranking converts into a minus 150 line for us. Tampa's listed at minus 155. That would be the same as going in a store and something that only cost $150 and you're paying $155 for it. You're overpaying for it. So there's no value there in that game. Still be a good game to watch. Next game, Philadelphia at plus 135. They have a 120 power ranking going up against Minnesota. Minnesota's listed as the favorite, minus 155, but they're only 92 power ranking, so we will definitely look at that game closer. Next game, New York Rangers. Playing pretty good hockey here. They're the heavy dog at plus 180, have a power ranking of 114. Going on the road to face Winnipeg, who are huge favorites, minus 200, but they only have a 98 power ranking. We have some value there. We'll definitely look at that game. Next, New Jersey at plus 170. They're at 87 power ranking. Going on the road to face St. Louis, minus 200. Power ranking of 96. Now, this is interesting. I'm going to stop right here for just a second. I think St. Louis, I have to go back and check. I don't have the exact stats in front of me. I think they've won 6 straight or 7 straight, something like that. But what's interesting is they only have a power ranking of 96, which means their power play percentage and penalty kill percentage are just a little bit above average. The reason this team's playing so well is Bennington, their goalie. So it just goes to show what an impact a good goalie can have on a team. So interesting enough, that might be a good play to play against St. Louis when Bennington's not in the pipes when they're playing to back up. Next game, again, no value there. We're not looking at that one. Detroit plus 180. They're at a power ranking of 86, going on the road to face Nashville. Huge favorite, minus 220. Power ranking of 99. Again, no value there for us. You definitely wouldn't play minus 220 on a team that barely has a 50% chance of winning. Again, 100 is basically a 50% chance of winning for us. So we want at least, when we wager on teams, that they have at least a 50% chance of winning. Again, always exceptions to the rule. Next game we're looking at is Toronto minus 130. 97 power ranking, going on the road to play Colorado. Not a good team right now. Not playing good hockey. They're at 86 power ranking. They're the dog at 110. Again, no value in that game as well. Toronto's the favorite, should win. Again, we're not going to lay minus 130 on a team that has less than 50% chance of winning the game. And finally, Arizona, huge dogs, plus 190. West Coast game, they're at 83 power ranking. They were just up in the 100s maybe a week and a half ago, just not playing good hockey right now. They're at plus 190. Vegas, same kind of deal, power ranking at 89, but they're listed as huge favorites. Those numbers are pretty close power ranking wise, so we will look at that game a little bit closer as well. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to make money line conversions. We're going to show you the odds of the teams we're looking at, and we're going to compare that line with the line that we created, and then give you some situational angles as well. All right, first team we're looking at is New York Islanders. The line is minus 112. Our line is minus 120. We don't have a lot of value, but we do have some value. 120 translates into New York Islanders having a 54% chance of winning the game. One negative for New York Islanders in this particular game. This will be their third game in 4 days, so they will be fatigued. But they do have a winning record. They're 16-9 on the road. They're playing with a ton of confidence right now. They've won 4 of their last 5. And if you look at their goalie, Mr. Thomas, will be in the pipes for Islanders. In the last 5 games, he's given up 1 goal, 0, 0, and 1 goal. So he is on fire, playing really well. Hutton for Buffalo, he's given up 2, 4, 4, 5, and 4. So we definitely have a really huge goalie advantage in that game. Going on, looking at the next game, Chicago comes in as a huge dog, plus 170. We have Chicago at minus 150, a 60% chance of winning the game. I really believe this would be a good game. Chicago's won 7 in a row. And again, I don't really talk about stats per se. That's covered in our power rankings. But they're 40% on the power play in their last 10 games. Really just playing some solid hockey. They've won 3 games on the road in February. Boston, this will be Boston's 3rd game in 4 days. So we have a fatigue advantage. And then Cam Ward, who'll be in the net in the pipes for Chicago, has won 4 of his last 5, giving up goals of 2, 2, 3, 2, and 6. So we do have a slight goalie advantage in there as well. Next game, Ottawa. Ottawa comes in plus 125. Our line for Ottawa is minus 130, meaning they have a 56% chance of winning the game. But when we look at this further, Ottawa's only won 2 of their last 7 games. One of those games was against Anaheim. So even though our stat model says Ottawa would be a play, this doesn't look too promising here. Nielsen, who will be in the pipes for, in the pipes for Ottawa. He's won the last 4 out of 5 games, so that we do have a goalie advantage there. But again, we want to have at least 2 or 3 situational angles in addition to value on the line. So that's probably going to be a no play there. Moving along to Philadelphia, they come in at plus 135 dog. Again, we have a line of minus 150. They have a 60% chance of winning the game. Philadelphia's playing with a lot of confidence right now. They've won 9 out of 10 games. And the interesting stat, both of these teams are going to be fatigued. Philadelphia is playing their 3rd game in 4 days, but so is Minnesota. So there's really no advantage for either team. Both teams will be tired. But again, Philly does have an edge there. Moving on, New York Rangers. They come in at plus 180. We have the Rangers at minus 140, which means we have a 58% chance of winning the game. When you look at confidence, New York Rangers only won 2 of their last 5. Same with Winnipeg. Winnipeg's only won 2 of its last 5. Rangers have a losing road record. And again, we just don't really have enough. We have huge value here, no doubt. But again, we have to have some situational angles in addition to the value in order to give us a lot of confidence in placing that wager. Finally, the last game, Arizona, huge dogs, plus 190. We have them at plus 140, which means we believe they have a 42% chance of winning the game, yet we're getting plus 190 odds. They've only won one game out of the last 7. They do have a winning road record, but Vegas is just extremely strong at home. They're 16-7 at home, so really not a lot of situational angles to look at. Okay, so that being said, let's look at our final selections. First up, we're going to play New York Islanders at minus 112. Really like that play, and Chicago at plus 170. Hey guys, a lot of games to choose from. Good luck tonight. If you like this video, click a thumbs up. Also subscribe. Check out our website, mgcovers.com. We're on Instagram. We have a link there. We're also going to put up, we're working on a Facebook page. Should have that done shortly for those of you that are older, like myself, that prefer Facebook. We'll have content on there as well pretty soon. So have a great week, guys.